Many people, they are actually not aware that they have people pleasing tendencies and behaviors that are actually triggering people's inner taker mode, their inner predator mode, really. And you can do that even with kind people, even with usual people who has integrity, but they are often not aware that the inner taker mode are triggered. And then you might often get into these dynamics that you might be over giving gradually by time, and then the other person might become a taker all the time, often, and then they don't even really realize it. So, being aware of our people pleasing tendencies, there are many layers actually. And if you are someone who is really aware, like you do the inner work, you're into personal development for a while, and you know your patterns, your general tendencies, then you might actually be aware of most of the manifestations of these behaviors in you. However, sometimes you might not even be aware of the more subtle behaviors that shows up in your relationships. And then you might start to wonder, why is it that the other person doesn't seem to have the proper consideration, care for how you feel, etc., etc. And I always thought that I was aware of my own behaviors, patterns, tendencies, but then there were situations that actually taught me a lot, and that I had a really hard slap from reality, hard realization that, oh, I actually had these people pleasing tendencies, and I'm actually activating the other person's inner predator mode. And it's not just about the romantic relationships. I actually did it more in friendships and in, family relationships that I didn't even realize. But when I realize it, now I have the responsibility and power to actually not activate this and, really upset the balance between giving and taking, the healthy balance in relationships. So, if you are curious about this, I am launching today my masterclass, the People Pleaser Rehab, in which I talk a lot about what I learned, why we activate, often accidentally, the inner predator mode of the other person, and how you can actually fix this pattern so that you can have better, more sustainable relationships.